Hi, it's me, Hanji. I hope you're doing alright. I know the situation recently is kind of intense, and I'm sorry that you have to be kept in the cell. That's our protocol for dealing with new Titan shifters. We also did that to Eren last time, if you remember. I already tried convincing Commander Erwin to let you out, but he said we need to wait until the court day. I also want to apologize that I couldn't come to see you earlier in person. There's quite a lot of paperwork to handle, especially after the last expedition. But I've personally ordered the guards to give you the best food and enough clothes since it's getting cold lately. You want to ask me a question? Sure, go for it. I've came here to talk to you after all. Did people put you in here because they're scared? Well, I can say a majority of your friends are more worried about your safety than being scared of you. The only ones that have these irrational fears are those who didn't even see you in person. The people from the government, especially those who live within 𝐸. Believe me, we tried telling them that your threat is very low, but they insisted that we have to bring you in court for judgment. People are scared of the unknown, I guess. Titan shifters is quite a new and hard concept for them to grasp. Knowing that the humans next to them could be a Titan this whole time is causing quite a lot of fear within the walls. But personally, I think this is rather a topic that should interest and excite people than one that creates fear. I know, I might be a bit biased. Well, very biased, since I'm fascinated with Titans in the first place. But personally, I think this is more of a topic that should be exciting and interesting than one that should cause fear. As I've said before, people are scared of the unknown. That's why I've been trying to find out the secrets behind them and doing so many investigations and experiments. When we finally solve the case, we won't have to be scared of them anymore. We should approach Titans with an attitude of trying to understand them. I know killing them is important for safety, but without finding out the truth, we never get to the root of the problem. Killing them is only scratching the surface of it. Titan shifters like you and Eren can help us make great breakthroughs in studying Titans. So I think people should treat you as valuable assets. Well, people that should be protected rather than dangerous threats. You've been in training corps and survey corps for a combined time of well over 4 years. And you've had over 50 kills and are one of our best performing soldiers yet. If that's not enough evidence to prove that you're good to humanity, I really don't know what is. Am I mad that you've kept your shifting ability a secret? Of course not. Everyone has secrets, good and bad, whether they want to admit it or not. To be honest, if I had this Titan shifting ability, I also wouldn't go around telling people. And you've practically saved me from other Titans. If you didn't transform at that time, I would have been dead by now. Thank you for saving me. And who cares if you're a Titan shifter or not? At the end of the day, there's still a part of you that's human. There's still compassion and dignity within your heart. And that's what makes us different from all the mindless Titans roaming outside the walls. There's no way I'm ever going to be scared of you. My view on you hasn't changed. Well, if it changed, it would have only been that you're now even more compelling. Otherwise, you're still the same kind, smart, and brave person I've known since 4 years ago. Will you possibly be killed? No, absolutely not. I mean, yes, you have to go on the court tomorrow, but I'll do everything within my ability to make sure you get a fair judgment. You were on court for Eren's case, right? Isn't he still alive now? What makes you worry that you would be the one that gets killed? Because they would think you've been hiding for too long. I guess that could be a point, but still, it's not a very valid reason to give someone a death penalty. Don't worry, no matter what accusations they try to throw at you, we'll give the best response to debunk them. I'll make sure you stay alive. I've already compiled a list of evidence and records about your background, past performances, achievements, and contribution to humanity, including the fact that you've saved me from the last expedition. I'm sure that is more than enough to prove that you'll be more of a benefit than a threat to us, and that your Titan form would bring tremendous help for us in the future. How long did it take for me to compile the files? Well, it did take quite a while, maybe a couple of nights. The one that took me the longest was probably getting your training records. The people who worked at the training court didn't organize the files properly. Well, it's not that I'm very organized, but at least I know the exact location of each file, even if they're in quite a messy pile. Anyways, back to the topic. They've put your records with the 105th Training Corps instead of 104th, which took me a long time to discover, but it's worth it, especially if it's for you. Why did I do all that for you? Is that even supposed to be a question? Simple, I don't want to lose any comrades, especially when I have the ability to save them. What? We would have to get beaten up by Captain Levi in the court? No, again, absolutely not. That is never going to happen. Like I've mentioned before, I've already compiled a list of files to prove your loyalty to humanity. I'm sure that is more than enough evidence for the judge to make the correct judgment. There'd be no need for such violent actions. I know, you can handle it, and your Titan ability would allow you to regenerate quickly, but still, that doesn't mean you should get beaten up. How could I bear looking at such a horrible scene? Trust me, you don't want that to happen, especially when the person doing it is Levi, who is deemed as humanity's strongest soldier. And if he ever wants to do that, he'll have to get past me first. Why didn't I do all this for Eren? Well, fine, you're different. I can't afford losing you as a soldier, as a comrade, as a friend, maybe more, and just think of this as a repayment for you saving my life. Really, this is the least I can do. Since you've asked me so many questions, I think it's my turn to ask you some. Don't worry, it will be pretty quick, for research purposes only. Okay. Firstly, how long have you had this power? Or at least how long are you aware of this Titan shifting ability? You've just discovered it a couple of months ago. I see. How did you find out? Because your wounds can almost heal instantly. Okay. Yeah, if I recall, I've never really seen you in the infirmary in recent months. So, have you transformed before? Not counting the time you did in the last expedition, of course. No. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, there's no way for you to really transform without people finding out. There'd be lightning and thunder and all that flashy stuff. Which honestly is super cool. I mean, who would have thought turning into a Titan would have such a dramatic entrance? It's as if there's like background music. Okay, let's move on to the next question. What abilities does your Titan form have? Is there anything special or that's different from Eren's Titan form? You have a crystallization ability to protect certain areas of your skin. Now that is certainly something new. Have you ever used it before? And what for? You've hardened your fists to make your punches more effective. And that's a smart move. You did seem to have knocked out the Titans quite easily. That would certainly be an incredibly helpful ability for us. Okay, next question. Do you have full control over your shifting ability? And do you have human awareness when you're in your Titan form? I see. That's good to hear. You do have full control over your shifting and have human awareness. That's quite the opposite to Eren. He couldn't really control when to transform, and his ability was quite frankly unstable. And sometimes he wouldn't even have his original identity when he was in a Titan form. Of course, with all the experiments and training, he's gotten a lot better. Okay, now, last question. This is not that much related to Titan shifting, but it's rather a personal one. I hope you don't mind. Why did you save me? Of all the other cadets, you could have saved someone else or just escaped by yourself. I'm pretty sure you have enough time to run away safely without getting caught. Why take the risk of potentially getting killed by either the Titans or death penalty from the government? The same reason I spend nights compiling files for you? I see. But you didn't owe me anything. Okay, I guess you're special to me. In some way. I don't really know why, but you're that one topic that fascinates me more than Titans do. Let's just put it that way. Why? Well, I don't think that quite needs an explanation. Anyways, it's getting late and you must be very tired. You should get an adequate amount of sleep before we go to court tomorrow. And I've got to prepare some paperwork. Again, you don't have to worry about anything. I've got the situation under control. Good night.